This is a quick review of the book Talk Like Ted by Carmine Gallo. I hope I pronounced his name properly. In this book, you can find three main parts: emotional, novel, and memorable. Within each part, you can find three chapters. So, altogether, there are 9 chapters. So, the first part, emotional, is about how we can use emotion to create a connection between you and the audience. There are 3 chapters in this part: Unleash the Master Within, Master the Art of Storytelling, Have a Conversation is the last chapter. So, the first chapter, Unleash the Master Within, is all about talking about things you are truly passionate about. Talk about things you like so that you can present your idea in a natural way. Master the Art of Storytelling is the second chapter. Here, the idea is when you are presenting something, present it in the form of a story. If you take a story, there is a beginning, a middle part, and the ending. You can find characters such as villains and heroes, and you can find good things happening, bad things happening, and of course, a happy ending in a story. When you want to persuade someone, as per the Greek philosopher, there are three things you need to focus on: ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos is the credibility of the presenter. Logos is how we can use logic to explain your idea. Pathos is how we can use emotions. As per this book, you can have a lot of pathos, a bit of logos, and a bit of ethos. Another interesting point I found in this chapter is when you are doing a product launch, tell a personal story behind the product's inception. I found it quite interesting. As per the author, that can help you to create an emotional connection between you and the audience. The last chapter, Have a Conversation. When you are presenting something, it's important to have a certain speed. When it comes to audiobooks, the ideal speed is 150 to 160 words per minute. But in the case of a presentation, since you can have visual aid as well, you can reach up to 180 to 200 words per minute as per this book. The point here is you have to have a certain speed when you are presenting your idea. And this book talk about something called command presence. So the point here is people judge you all the time. So you need to walk, talk, and look like a leader when you are presenting something. You can use your body language to express your idea in a more expressive way. You can walk around the stage, use your hands, use your gestures to present your idea. So the point here is, in addition to using your voice, you can be a bit animated when you are presenting your ideas. Okay, the second second part is novel. Here the point is present something new. Again, you can find 3 chapters. Teach me something new. The second one is deliver jaw-dropping moments, and the last chapter is lighten up. Again, here the point is, when you're presenting something, present something new. If you present something people already know, something they are aware of, they will find it hard to be engaged with your presentation. But when you present something new, it is not the case, because as per this book, we are natural explorers. So when you present something new, we get sort of naturally engaged with the idea. So the second chapter of this section is deliver jaw-dropping moments. Now that you are presenting something new, why not present it in a interesting way? So in this picture, you can see Bill Gates is releasing a mosquito. So the point here is, he wanted to show how mosquitoes cause malaria, which is a problem in certain part of the world. So the idea here is, like, when you are presenting something, you can go beyond the boundaries and package it in an interesting way. In this chapter, the author actually talks about something called soundbite. Soundbite is a repeatable phrase that people can remember easily. For example, we will get fully mamas back is a soundbite. So these soundbites can be easily remembered and shared with others. So the point here is, when you're presenting something, remember to have sound bites. Last chapter is about lighten up. The point here is, when you're presenting something, add humor to your presentation so that your presentation is not boring. So what types of humor we should add? One thing you can do is, you can think about things that made you laugh, because it has a high chance to make others laugh as well. You can think about funny things happen to you. You can think about anecdotes, stories, experiences, things like that that made you laugh. Okay, the last part is memorable. So again, you can find 3 chapters here. Stick to the 18 minutes rule. Paint a mental picture with multisensory experience is the second chapter, and the last one is stay in your lane. Stick to the 18 minutes rule basically says, don't make your presentation too long. When you are presenting something, stick to 18 minutes or less than 18 minutes. If you have a presentation more than 18 minutes, it will have a lot of things, therefore people will forget your idea that you are presenting. So there is this rule of 3. It basically says people can remember 3 pieces of information really well. So if you are presenting something, organize in a way that you present 3 points. So think of the main headline, and then think about 3 things you want to present, and within each of those 3 things you can have supporting points. This is again an interesting fact I found in this book. Your brain cells need twice as much energy as other cells in your body. Mental activity rapidly depletes your glucose. So the point here is your brain requires a lot of energy, so keep your presentation simple. Leonardo da Vinci once said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." It is easy to make things complex, but it is hard to keep things simple. This chapter talks about how you can use sensors to present your idea. We have like several sensors, like we can see things, we can smell things, we can taste and hear things, and of course we can feel things. So the point here is use all those things when you are presenting your idea. Out of all these senses, vision trumps rest of the senses. So when you are presenting something, organize your presentation around that. Basically, the point is have a lot of pictures. When you have a lot of pictures, or when you have pictures in your presentation, it increases how people can remember your presentation. As per this book, it increases by 6 times. And the last important text I found in this book is, what people remember is how you made them feel. So make sure you make them feel special in some way. The last part is you have to stay in your lane. So this basically says, be yourself, be authentic, both off stage and on stage. So the point here is, like, if you take Richard Branson, he's the same guy off stage as well as on stage. The point here is just be yourself, be authentic. You don't have to be someone else. Okay, so that's the summary of this book, Talk Like TED.